At this time, I wish to invite our RYLA chairperson, Leah, to please come to the platform to give us an update on RYLA 2017.
Good morning, everyone. All protocols having been so ably established, albeit I wasn't here to validate that, but I've been hearing everybody else say it, so I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I think we heard this morning, well, I learned a new word, regardless of persons saying that it's not a real word, helele is now in my vocabulary. And that is the feeling that I experienced. I didn't know how to put it into words before, but helele describes it succinctly. When DG Roger asked our clubs in St. Kitts to host RYLA 2017. Helele, that was my feeling. We got the, I don't even want to say bid, but we got our instructions towards the end of November. And for those of you who know anything about St. Kitts and Nevis and their culture, you know that December is our carnival period. And that absolutely nothing gets done during carnival time. So from December 1st to January 3rd, St. Kitts is just party town. However, I had a team of 10 persons, including myself and my co-chair, whom I've dubbed my Superman. Bye. No. I'd like to apologize for my hair. It's not my fault. I woke up like this, literally. And I've been told that thing stretches, so I really am not that wide. So if you meet me in person. Okay, so I've held you enough. Let's get into it. I just want to say that this presentation was done by my Superman co-chair, Marcus Natter, of the Rotary Club of La Amiga. We had an able committee, and if you ever want to pull off a fantastic event in 2 months, just get my team. I'll rent them to you for $100,000 per hour, and we'll donate everything to the Rotary Foundation. Okay. Is this the clicker? Ooh, I didn't put that in there. Thank you for that upgrade. Tech guys, I like that. Probably. Okay, so we've been speaking about RYLA. This is what we're going to go through. We take it for granted that everybody knows about RYLA because, hey, we're Rotarians, we're Rotaractors, this is what we do. But we're just going to give a brief overview. You're going to see who my dream team was. John Jerm had All-Stars. I had Dream Team. It's okay. 2017, we had a mission. Again, my Superman. And the conference topics, activities, and we had, you know, the conference evaluation results, which, regardless of how we feel, the delegates tell us whether or not we were successful in what we wanted to do. So the RYLA stands for Rotary Youth Leadership Awards, and it's an extremely intensive training program that brings together youth and young people over various ages, 14 to 30. This year, coincidentally, we tried to narrow the age group, but our Rotary clubs are not having it, as they wanted to send their interactors to benefit from the training. And having seen them and interacted with them at RYLA, I am very happy that they so gently nudged us into that direction. They further develop their character and leadership skills, and they learn a whole lot about Rotary. It's usually a camp type or workshop type session, 3 to 10 days. I love children, but I'm not having them for 10 days, so we had our RYLA for 3 days. And then they build their self-confidence, they gain exposure, and it's the only, that I know of currently, it's the only district-wide event that interactors get to interact with interactors other than in their region, well, in their country. So here's my dream team. Ooh, why that picture? My Superman, Dr. Marcus Natter, he couldn't be here. He's actually in Zurich, yes. No, I'm not jealous. Okay, I lie, it's just a little bit. Our secretary, Ms. Nicole Liebert, our treasurer, you'll see her summarized report. It's more detailed than what we have, but given the time, our accommodations chair, our activities chair is actually here, Mr. Chad Allen, is PE for Rotary Club of Lamiga. Chad, wait, oh, he got paid $100 to the Rotary Foundation. Hervé, we can talk to him when we finish. Our logistics chair, Bobby, I'm not allowed to say Robert, Bobby Morris. Programs chair, our very own DGD, Trevor Blake, excellent job. Our recruitment chair, past President Leah C. Haley, and our sponsorship chair, Natalie John. As you can see, my dream team, they're very incorporated into Rotary. 4 of us are here. Okay, so what you see in red is basically our theme: connect, engage, change. Everything was basically surrounded that theme. We wanted to bring the people together because that's what Rotary does. Rotary brings leaders together. So we connected them, we engaged them, we gave them a voice, we gave them an opportunity to understand that what they have in their heads, we want to hear it. Their opinions matter to us. And then we told them, don't just think those things. Don't just learn everything you have here and keep it to yourself. Go back to your communities and change it. And that, for us, was very impactful. We had 12 topics developed by our programs chair and his ABLE committee. We find that young persons, they lack self-confidence. They have fantastic ideas, and they just don't have the confidence to open their mouths and say, I think we should do this, or I think this would be great. And so we felt it imperative to build their self-confidence and help them know that what they have, we need. Communication skills for effective leadership, effective project planning, elements of community and global citizenship, which we again felt was very important given the fact that Rotary is a service-based organization and they needed to understand that. Ethics of positive leadership, fundamentals of leadership. This was actually, well, we'll get to it, but this was actually their favorite topic because we brought a local, well, I say local because I'm in Trinidad, a local presenter, and he, as the young kids are saying, turned up, turned, yes, turned. He turned it. I don't think that sounds right. But anyways, you know what I mean. Healthy living and lifestyles, personal conduct, poise and deportment. Okay, wait, stick a pin. For those of you who are at the opening ceremony, I mean, just let's give a round of applause for Mr. Constantine. I mean, that man, I really wish that I could channel his deportments last night, okay? I'm going to try that for a bit. Personal conduct, poise, and deportment. Right then, we move on. Yeah, I can't do that for very long. Problem solving and conflict management, because it's what we do. We bring a lot of people together, and we bring the best of the best together. We're going to have conflicts, but it doesn't mean that we can't operate together. Social networking, we know what it's at. The Facebook, the Snapchat, yes, I'm on Snapchat, I be snapping. And of course, the foundation of why we even have RYLA in the first place. What is Rotary and what it does for the community. Okay, so when we got our mandate to have RYLA, we were anticipating between 80 to 100 participants. We were very excited. We opened registration, and then we got 3 registrants. Then we got 5 registrants, and then, you know, we said, okay, well, it's Christmas, everybody's busy. Then we got 10 registrants, so we started to get a little disappointed. And we said, okay, well, if we make it to 20, we'll be happy, but we started to do a little pushing. And then people said, oh, yes, we're coming in, we're just getting our people together. In the end, we were overall disappointed going into the conference with 46 delegates, but coming out of it, that was the perfect number. I mean, they came together as if they were one big happy family. So you see the breakdown. We had 38 overseas participants, 6 locals, and 2 chaperones came. The age range, as I said before, 14 to 30 years, and interestingly enough, we had 14 persons under 18, 30 persons over, and we had 2 persons over 30. Well, who were the chaperones? Okay, so pictures, because y'all are tired of hearing me speak. See the pretty people in their pretty clothes. See the DJ there doing what he does best, taking pictures. Oh yes, on Friday night we had a welcome boat ride. It was turned. No, it was lit. Lit. But yeah, what happens on the boat stays on the boat. So moving on. Training sessions. Amazingly, we thought that they'd come, they'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, we're here, our club sent us, so we'll sit. There were some sessions that I managed to sit in on, and at some points, the participants were almost carrying the sessions. They literally took over from the presenters, which for me was exciting. Our centennial event was on Saturday night. The two clubs came together and we had our centennial event to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Rotary Foundation. My favorite part, of course, was in the middle there, the nice cake, which Roger ate all of. And if he didn't bring back any for Annie, we gave him a big chunk for you, so ask him about that. Of course, Papa had to come and support us all the way from Martinique, and we were very happy to have him. DRR Everistas, he coincided his visit with Ryla. He was actually scheduled to visit the week before, but he was told he had no choice, he had to come for Ryla. On Sunday, we had our community service project. We actually went to Nevis. Our Rotaract Club in Nevis spearheaded this 100%. We had literally nothing to do with this. They said they wanted to be involved. We said, what do you want to do? They said, we want to do the project. Sure, no problem. Easiest thing I ever did in my life. And I still got the praise, so I'm just really excited. When we came back, I got a lot of complaints. And I use I here because they specifically came to me and complained and said, Leah, you're going to kill us. So on Sunday morning, 7 o'clock, we left the hotel, we jumped on a boat, we headed to Nevis. We toiled and labored, and well, they toiled and labored. I watched and took pictures. But we toiled and we labored, and in the hot sun, until about midday, we ate, we drank, and then we hopped in the boat, we came back down. Everybody's like, oh, yes, we're going home, we're going to stretch out, we're going to relax, we're going to enjoy the pool. We're like, no. We have to go on a tour. They're like, what? Tour? Yes, you're going on a tour. It's like, but no, come. So we went to Brimstone Hill, which is our national park. It's a fortress built by the slaves in Sandy Point, which they would say is our main town, but it is in fact not. So Brimstone Hill, on a fabulous sunny day, you can see St. Martin, you can see St. Bart's, you can see Saba, Statia, and Nevis in the neighboring islands. So it's very lovely. It's on top of a hill, but of course, they were in the hot sun. They didn't appreciate that. They didn't appreciate the pictures, which they all didn't mind posing for, as you can see, despite being terribly hot. My clicker isn't. Okay. Then, after we kept them out all day in the hot sun, we brought them home and we said, you need to be back here in an hour. Don't know how you're going to get it done, but sleep, eat, dress, get back here in an hour for our closing ceremony. Which then we asked a few of them, well actually no, what we asked was for them to choose one person to give their feedback response on the overall experience. And this I think basically shows us we achieved what we wanted to. That one person, in the person of Kavir, I think Gopal his name was, very interesting young man, only 18 years old. Instead of taking all the glory for himself after having been chosen amongst his peers, he still opened it up and he asked about 4 or 5 other members to come up with him and share their experiences, which we thought was really what Ryla was all about. He didn't just come up and say, well, they chose me and I know this and I know that. He said, well, I have a family here and I want you to hear from them. It's not just about what I have to say, I want them to speak. And they came up and they gave glowing remarks. They gave glowing remarks. And we had this young man who actually volunteered. If you look at the picture in the middle, the top middle, he's from Antigua, Armani Gomes. Yes, he has a lovely name, Armani, and he is, as Armani states, very stylish. And he said, I play pan and I'm an entertainer, do you need me to do anything? Like, hey, sure, we'll fit you in. And he came and he played an old Antiguan song. I forget the name of the Calypsonian now. But everybody knew it and they were all enthralled. And it was just the support that these people he just met, 2-3 days ago, they all rallied behind him. You would swear they were his fan club from years and years, like roadies. And it was just, it touched me that night. On the far, what is that? That would be your right? Left. This one over here with the guy playing the saxophone. Yes, he's from Rotary Club of La Amiga. Adrian Scantlebury, he's also Trinidadian. You see how we import your people? And we use them for our own benefit. Yes, he wooed the ladies and some men with his saxophone playing prowess. Sadly, I missed most of it because I was not on time. But when I got there, and I actually asked him to play a specific song, and he played it and I missed it. So I owe him money. Okay, so to the evaluation and the results. We gave them the forms to fill out, and we gave them a little extra something and told them, make it nice. Don't sell us out. I'm joking, we didn't. The overall training experience, as you can see, received a rating of 4.57 out of 5. We are extremely happy about that. The selected theme and sub-theme received the highest rating of 4.62 out of 5. They really loved it. It was short, simple, straight to the point, and you could shout it. It was very exciting. We used to shout it all the time. The most liked topic, as I said before, was the fundamentals of leadership, and it was because of the presenter. There was one point when he was literally just jumping and bouncing off the ground, and he just has this high energy that they all fed off of. I remember DG asking me, because we only had him scheduled to do 1 presentation and 2 breakout sessions, and DG kept asking me, isn't there anything else we can get him to do? Can we not bring him and include him in something else? I'm like, no, he did his job. But he was very excited too. He was actually doing most of the work at the community project. The closing feedback panel, when they got to speak to the district delegates that were there in the persons of DR Evaristus, DG Roger, and PDG Hervé. They really liked that. They also liked the what is Rotary and what it does for the community. A lot of them, even though they were in Interact, they only knew their school club and possibly some other clubs that they may have done work with, but they didn't understand the bigger picture of Rotary. And we are ecstatic that we afforded them the opportunity to learn that. The least liked topic was effective project planning and management, and that basically was because one of the presenters, he held them in and took up 45 minutes of their lunchtime, and if they're anything like me, if I don't eat, I get hangry, so, you're going to get a low mark, and I understand that. Information provided during the conference received an overall rating of 4.57, so they felt like we basically kind of knew what we were doing, which made us realize, yeah, we did something. All of this, the different events and whatnot, they basically said what they liked, what they didn't like. We had an issue initially with the rooms. We had quad occupancy, so each room had 2 queen beds, and some of the children, they didn't appreciate that when they first came. For some of them too, it's quite understandable. It was their first time traveling. They didn't understand what quad occupancy meant. They thought it was 4 beds. A few calls from the district personnel at 11 o'clock in the night, and we sorted that out quickly. So by, everybody was happy by the next day, and they were all smiles to tell the DG, yes, we're fine. And actually, it turned out that those ones who were complaining about sharing rooms left their rooms that we rearranged them to and went back to the same rooms they complained of being in the first place to sleep on the floor. But, we had no control over that. I only found out on the last day. So basically, the main issues that they did have was with the conference hotel, which we chose mainly because it was segregated from the other main hotels that we had. And as we were dealing with minors, we didn't want them to be interacting with any big-time casinos or any overly eager older gentlemen. So we chose there because they were enclosed. It isn't our nicest or most upgraded hotel, but overall it achieved the purpose. And so we did expect a low rating for the hotel. And this is a summary of most liked aspects, least liked aspects, and as I said, the hotel, the food. I don't think you could ever win with food, especially for young people, unless it's like KFC or McDonald's or something. So the Wi-Fi proved very unreliable, even though we did specifically request that. But it worked out in the end, and we were able to pull off a conference that was overall enjoyable. Here's what everybody wants to know about, because can I just say, the day after Ryla, when we were putting people on the planes, my president calls me and he's like, so Leah, I have a question, but I was at the airport, I couldn't speak to him. I said, could you just send me a message or email it to me? He emails me, he says, can we get some rough numbers about Ryla? Like, did we make a profit? Did we It's like, pal, I have the airport though, I can't tell you that, right? So he'll be very happy to see this. Obviously, again, because of our low numbers, we didn't bring in the income that we initially anticipated, and because of the small time we had to rally for sponsorship. Coming off of Carnival, all of the big businesses, they sponsor heavily into our Carnival. So most of them basically told us no, or they gave us more in kind per se than cash. But we still were able to pull it off successfully according to the evaluation. Those are not my words, those are their words, right? You can see our biggest was food and the administrative costs, which were like the bags, the conference magazines, pens, pencils, that sort of stuff. We did manage to make a small surplus, which will be equally divided between both clubs for them to use as they see fit. That's supposed to be questions or comments, but I don't think you have any because I did such a fantastic job, and you know everything you need to know about Ryla, so we could just move on. All right? Thank you so much. Okay, before you chase me because I went over my time, I just want to call our President Rep Michael. Oh, why is he doing that again? So, tech guys, take me off. I would just like to call our President Rep Michael up to receive a Ryla pin. Oh, but could you zoom in on the pin, please, but not me? No, it's not possible. See, this is why you take what you can get when you can get it, because when you want it, you can't get it. Tech guys, please. No? It's a really big pin because our logo was a little bigger than normal.
Big. I can take it.
So, on behalf of the Ryla Committee, my co-chair, and the Rotary Clubs of St. Kitts and Liamiga, I'd like to present you with this piece of St. Kitts and our Ryla pin. I'll put it on. Oh, wait. Sorry. Let me pin it for you. You have to wear it with pride.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Oop.
You need both of them or it falls off. Thank you.
Very quickly, 20 years ago at my district conference when I was governor, I love Ryla. I brought the Ryla students to the conference, and they had me on the table, and they was doing a trust. And there's 6 kids, locked arms, blindfolded me. I had to leap from the table into the air for them to catch this. It was, and it dealt with trust. And after that, I love Ryla. Great.